I tell you who you are. You're a moron. Translucent doesn't mean invisible, it means semi-transparent. Hello everyone, I just saw The Boys for the first time. Thank you Daniel Neal for recommending this show. The Boys I've been wanting to watch for a long time, since it first aired last year. I just haven't had the time, but because of this pandemic, I now have time to watch The Boys just in time before season 2 arrives September 4th. This is one of the best comic book adaptations ever brought on television. I love it. It's like if superheroes really existed in our world. In many ways, it's a parody of the Justice League. The comic book started with Wildstorm Comics owned by DC and then later was sold to Dynamite Entertainment. And Amazon brings this to life, and it's definitely one of their best shows. They pulled a Netflix with this one, and I do love how it's like superheroes in our real world. If Watchmen is for the Cold War, The Boys is definitely a superhero show for a post 9/11 world. Gosh, superheroes are dicks in this world. I mean, is it really hard to imagine? Just look at the Avengers. Like, yeah, they're a team, they joke around, but to us, they'd be jackasses. Can you imagine them cracking Marvel jokes after a freaking continent fell and killed Baron Zemo's family? Can you imagine the Justice League? Superman cracking a smile after destroying Metropolis? Like, is it really hard to imagine if superheroes existed into the real world, we would feel the same way that these people feel in this world, and they would be, should I say, promoted in the same way by corporations. There's one thing I love about this. It's not only a commentary on superheroes, it's a commentary on how dangerous superpowers could be in the real world. It's a commentary on the comic book genre, on the film genre with superheroes, with corporations, and above all, it's a commentary about human nature and how it is when it has power. And that is a very underrated theme of this show. It has a wonderful cast. You have Carl Urban as Billy Butcher. He's such a great character. He's a firecracker, really. He's after the 7 heroes that are with Vought Industries because his wife died and he wants to enact revenge. We're also introduced to Huey, played by Jack Quaid. That's right, Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid's kid. His role was actually supposed to be played by Simon Pegg. He actually looks like Simon Pegg in the comic. It took so long with the adaptation that Simon Pegg instead plays his father, but he recently lost his girlfriend. One of the heroes basically kind of murdered her. It's basically the equivalent of the Flash, A-Train, played by Jesse T. Usher. And yeah, that is the catalyst for everything. He loses the woman he loves and they try to pay him off. It's okay, it was an accident. And he doesn't feel the same way. He feels like, no, these people need to pay. They're not above the law. They're not above everyone else without powers. You also have Anthony Starr as Homelander, who's pretty much like an evil Superman. I love this character, even down to like the American flag as a cape. He's Superman without the humanity, and that actor does such a great job with this role. I loved him on Cinemax's Banshee when it was out. He seems on the surface a very popular hero, much like Superman, but deep down is a diabolical individual. In other words, he's a dick. We also have Erin Moriarty as Annie January Starlight. I love this actress. She was Mel Gibson's daughter in Bloodfather, and she's a new recruit to the Seven. She's always wanted to be a superhero, but she soon discovers that there's more than meets the eye with this team of superheroes. In addition to her, we have Dominique McElligott as Queen Maeve. Queen Maeve's pretty much like Wonder Woman. We have Chance Crawford as the Deep, who's pretty much like Aquaman. He's a jerk, but there's also some funny scenes in this, which I'll get to later. And then we also have Nathan Mitchell as Black Noir, Elizabeth Shue as Madeline Stillwell. She pretty much is like the manager of these heroes for this corporation. And we get a little bit of a glimpse at the big bad for season 2. Giancarlo Esposito plays the person at Vought Industries. And of course, this is based on the Garth Ennis, Derek Robertson comic of the same name. But I absolutely love the story and cast. I love the human characters that are powerless. They each have something to hold against the heroes, losing someone they love. And I like that. Huey is a very nice character. He's not like the rest. he gets kind of dragged into this and then starts having second feelings when he starts dating Starlight. He actually met her before she was with the Seven. The Seven, again, is like a parody of the Justice League, but I love it because a corporation pretty much decides what they're going to do. In many ways, it shows us what social media is like, celebrity status is like, and what perception is like. You know, we idolize these heroes, but they're nothing but entertainers. They're celebrities pretty much with superpowers. And we get to see this world shaped around social media with corporate America, with sales, merchandise, everything. This is a commentary on the superhero genre and just everything in film right now. They even refer to as VOD Industries as like the VCU for a VOD cinematic universe. Sound familiar? Like MCU? Yeah. I love it in that regard. Overall, this doesn't have like a main antagonist per se or a driving force. It's a lot of setup. But in many ways, I love it. If you like stuff like Kick-Ass, Watchmen, Hunters, Umbrella Academy, or Deadly Class, I think you're going to really dig The Boys. I love the way it's shot. It is like a film, and it does not hold anything back. It's brutal. Not as brutal as a comic. They still kind of change some stuff and soften it up. But there's moments of pure darkness. The way Homelander uses laser vision just to cut people in half. He is just a purely evil, sick individual. Aqua, the deep guy, he basically assaulted Starlight at the beginning. He's a bastard, but there's also a funny scene with him trying to save a dolphin. That was a crazy scene with the Spice Girls. There's scenes like that, and then there's horrifying scenes like the plane scene. I'm not going to go into detail, but for those who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It very much has a 9/11 vibe, even down to Homelander's speech being just like George W. Bush's speech at Ground Zero. Seeing another character and having a commentary on like evangelical Christians and how hypocritical they are. I love it. I love the commentary. It really does show us what would it be like if superheroes existed. And not in a grounded way where he takes himself too seriously, no. It basically shows us what happens if human beings have this power. There's still a human nature. There's morally gray areas. The superheroes are not good people. The boys aren't good people. There really isn't anyone good or evil, per se. It's not your traditional superhero show. And I respect it for that. It's a breath of fresh air in this time of just mass consumption with Marvel, DC, and all the other stuff. It's nice seeing one of the lesser-known comic book properties get an adaptation and also just kind of turn the whole genre on its head. I feel like in the past couple of years, TV has really hit its stride with comic book shows. This goes up there with like Doom Patrol, Daredevil, Punisher, Umbrella Academy. I absolutely love this show. And if I had to give it a score, I give it an A. This is a wonderful show. I like the performances and overall that ending. Holy shit, man. Yeah, I was just like, that is messed up, to say the least. I cannot wait to see where they're going to go with season 2. I think that's where it's really going to kick into high gear because this first season is pretty much a setup for both sides, and I really want to see them go against each other more. Also, character of Black Noir was cool. I hope we get to see more of him. We did not have enough of him, but I love the humor. I love the ultra violence. Everything about this is a brilliant satire in the way of like RoboCop, I think. I just love what they're poking fun at in corporate America and the comic book genre, superheroes, merchandising, just everything, and just basically satirizing human nature. Anyway, this was a pleasant surprise, and I'm glad I had the chance to finally finish it. Can't wait to see what season 2 will hold. Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. What are your thoughts of The Boys? Have you seen it yet? I hope you have. I gave away spoilers in this review. Tell me what you thought about The Boys. Are you looking forward to season 2? In the meantime, you can subscribe for more videos and check out these other videos for more content. Stay tuned for the end of the week. I'm going to review Lucifer Season 5 Part 1 and then go over my thoughts on DC fandom for this comic book week. Till next time, everyone, stay safe and healthy out there.